Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to, I'm not even ready on my side. This is horrible. All right, here we go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connected with Cari here on Jess TV, Jess FM, Underground Radio C. We are also live through Roku 101 app. Simply go to Roku, find the 101 app, download it, and scroll through the little menu and look for Jess TV. You will find us there. And we get to be on your living room TV screen. We are also now streaming live through Meta TV, which is super cool. I haven't been posting up any links for that yet because it's just brand new. Like we're talking about just like the past week, we've going through Meta TV, so it's all new for me. I haven't like really gone on and checked it all out yet. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing this week, is seeing all the cool things with it. So if you have Meta TV, cool, find us there. I don't know how, but we'll be over there. And then also we are on YouTube as well. And then my LinkedIn folks, you guys get your own little private screening over there. So welcome everyone to the show. I just want to, first of all, say thank you everyone for your continued support. We are now, we're almost pretty much through season 10 of Connected with Cari. So we've been going strong 5.5 years. So I appreciate all your love and your support. I'm going to be slowly moving things over to YouTube because now with Facebook, they're going to the restrictions that live shows are going to be deleted after 30 days. So slowly I'm going to be moving a lot of my shows after these shows that are going live, they'll be put over to YouTube. So it's a slow process for me because I am not used to YouTube yet, even though I've been doing this for so long, but that's okay. That's how it goes. First of all, as you guys know, we've got a pretty big guest in here this evening. So what I want to do is just quickly go over some house rules and some etiquette, because here on my platform, I want my guests to feel safe and love, to be able to have free speech in their own sense, give their messages that they have to my audience. So with that, I just want to say, if you have comments, please keep them positive. If you have any questions, we'll get to them when we can. I would like no profanity if necessary. My guest, that's completely different because it goes with context, perhaps of a song or what we're talking about. That's a bit different. But please have some respect towards the guest this evening. I would really appreciate that as well. So without further ado, if you guys didn't see the promo, I know you're missing out. But anyway, welcome to the show.
What's up?
This fine young man here is joining me this evening, and if you don't know who he is, you've probably been living underneath a rock, and or you're not a fan of his music, which some of you may not be because you haven't found it yet, or you're learning different genres in the music industry, like myself. For many, 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 many years, you get used to one single artist or genre or all the fun things, and then you're like, oh, I should dabble into other genres, right? So with that, please formally introduce yourself. You can go into a bio. You can use whatever type of a bio you wish. You may do a musical one, or you can do your personal. You can mix match, whatever you feel comfortable with our audience this evening. With that, take it away.
Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate your time, and thanks for having me. I go by Prada West. Prada because I'm Italian, and West because I grew up on the West Coast, Pacific Ocean, and mainly listening to West Coast hip hop as a youngster growing up. So that's where the West comes from. And I'm a hip hop artist, rapper, MC, songwriter, producer, musician, all of the above. And I live in Vancouver, Canada. I've done a majority of shows throughout my career, starting in, I did my first live show in 2009 and have been performing live ever since then. I started creating music, I believe in 2007 is the first time I actually recorded myself and like created a song and whatnot. And then from there, it just obviously grew. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it so far. If you look into my bio, you can find me pretty much anywhere you look, anywhere you stream music. You can find me. You can Google my history and all that and whatnot too. So yeah, that's basically it right there.
Right? Everyone does their bio in like 30 seconds, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, no worries. I
I
like
digress.
to give a
No,
little
it's
spread for
really
people.
funny. It's I don't know if it's like a stage fright or if it's just I don't know what it is, but it's always really interesting. I mean, I do the rest. I'll dive more deep into it here.
Yeah, yeah, of
And
course.
but I just what you said you started your music career in 2017 basically. So it was like the first kind of aha moment you're going, I really want to go into music. Like what was just it may have been an artist you just loved growing up with, could have been just a song on the radio. What was that moment where it's just like I really just have that yearning to do music?
Um, well, to be honest, it kind of stems through the blood because my dad is actually a professional drummer.
Oh wow.
And yeah, when I was young, I like would always see him practicing, right? And I would just like dance as a little kid around the house to him practicing, and then it just grew into my mom like playing music to watch me dance as well because she enjoyed watching me dance so much to my dad drumming and whatnot. And then uh, I always just had a love for music ever since then, and I was born and blessed, thankfully, with the natural rhythm of having the rhythm in your blood. You know, some people are
Mhm.
born with it, and some people aren't. You know what I mean? Some people have to work to get the rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Thankfully, I was blessed with the rhythm, and I was able to just like when I first started creating music. I think the thing that sparked me to actually start creating and like writing and like producing was also listening to the rap that I listened to growing up and what because I always loved listening to hip hop. I just love music and hip hop in general. But my sister actually wrote a poem about me. I believe when I was like I can't remember exactly how old I was. I think I was in my late teens, and she's a bit older than me. She's 7 years older than me, so she was I believe in doing some universe. She was in university at the time, and she had wrote a poem about me called the humble soldier,
Ooh.
and it just like went into detail about like some of the experience I endured and the stuff that she see me go through as a child because I was in and out of trouble as a kid and whatnot and caught up in the system and stuff like that. So she just like was witness to all of that obviously, right? So wrote a poem about me and it kind of just sparked the the poetry and the artist in me that much more to come to fruition
Right.
and start creating and from there I just knew I wanted to because at the time I was like I said I was in and out of trouble and whatnot and just
Mhm.
going through it and I just knew I needed to find an outlet of some sort to
Yeah.
help convey my feeling and just struggle and everything that I've been through in life so it just pushed me and because I was so intrigued by the poem that it just like pushed me to start writing my own, you know what I mean? And then from there it just turned into producing beats. I went from practicing writing to producing beats because I wanted to put out all original content. I didn't want to be the guy that put out remixes and like
Yeah.
get hated on for stealing other people's music and writing my own over top of it. No hate towards anybody.
No, no.
No
I
hate towards
know
anybody. It's
exactly
just
what you mean. I
yeah,
know,
it was
like,
just my own personal preference. Just being a youngin and like coming in, I wanted originality. You know what I
mhm.
mean? I
Yeah.
wanted to be me. Like I wanted to shine as me and just like put out my own original content. So
Yeah,
that's
I
where
know
there.
it's like it's nice to be able to take a beat, like do a remix just kind of as practice,
Yeah,
but
hundred
to
percent.
release your own music, yeah, totally. You want to have your own originality and your own spin to it and go,
Well,
like,
it
this is
also
my
allows.
sound.
Yeah, exactly. It also kind of allows you to find your sound a little bit more too, because then like you're on beats that are actually yours. You don't have to like you know, or you can kind of, if you're producing beats, you can kind of mimic styles too, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
and make a beat that's like based off of a beat that you really like, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
and put your own spin on it, you know what I mean. So it's
Yeah.
beneficial in that sense as well, right?
Yeah. When did you start doing beats?
Producing like was my initial jump in it because like I said, I wanted to put out all original content. So before I actually even refined my lyrics, I was producing and making beats. And then so that was like 2007.
Wow.
I first started writing rhymes in 2006. And then
Okay.
yeah, and then in 2007 I started producing. I downloaded and bought a program called Logic Pro X, which I still use to this day.
Right.
It's like industry standard program. It's pretty top notch, and like it's just what I know, and I don't
Yeah.
feel like I need to change because it's like they upgrade it all the time, right? And it's top
Mhm.
notch. So I just
Yeah.
keep rocking that program, and it works well for production as well as recording. So it's just like, yeah,
As well.
that's where it all comes from for me.
Right. I'm the same. I find something that I just totally love and it works for me. And I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm going to keep with this and keep going. It's like
Yeah,
StreamYard.
and if
I
it's
have it
something
all
that,
along. Yeah.
exactly, if it's something that you like and it's
Hmm.
making you happy, and it's like, you know what I mean, like, and at the end of the day, if you can turn it into like a career of some sort or some sort of a business, you know what I mean, then
Yeah.
by all means chase it, because that's the lifelong goal. That's everybody's ultimate goal, is to do what you love for a living, because then you're not working, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. It's
Yeah.
you're doing, it's not a chore, you know what I mean. It's you wake up happy every day knowing that you get to do what you love, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Let's go into the business side of music because a lot of people, I know a lot of young artists that are, aspiring to be greater artists, so they maybe want to be doing this full time.
Yeah.
What are some advice that you give to younger artists to make it into a career? What would you say is like, the business back end stuff of it that would be something that they could just go, oh, okay, I never thought about this, or that's a great idea. You don't have to disclose all your little secrets, but just something that they could chew on for a little while
Yeah,
and go,
yeah, I don't mind dropping a little gem or two on
yeah,
them for sure.
okay,
Yeah, of course.
yeah,
For me, honestly, number one, top notch, is consistency. Like, if you if and that goes for anything, whether it be music or whatever it is that you're pursuing. It's consistency, because a lot of people aren't going to make it overnight. Like, if you think about it, look at the hip hop scene throughout the world, like internationally. It's so watered down. There's so many rappers that are so undiscovered and that are so talented that just don't have the drive to push themselves to succeed. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it comes down to consistency and pushing yourself no matter what hurdle that you have to face and overcome. Because the harder the hurdle, the stronger you're going to become after overcoming that hurdle, and the bigger of a lesson you're going to learn and know how to endure. If you ever have to overcome a hurdle that size again, you're going to overcome it that much faster, you know what I mean. So consistency, number one key factor. Number two, to me, is network. You got to build your network, and you got to be sociable. You got to be able to talk to people, and you just got to be, and there's going to be times where you have anxiety. Like, even me right now, I have a little bit of anxiety just knowing that people are watching me. Like, I get it, I don't care, it's just what it is, you know. You just got to know how to overcome it and handle it, and just push through what anybody thinks about you. Because if you know you're dope, then just rock it, and in other words, just let your nuts hang. Do your thing and just build your craft, find your sound, and just push yourself. So consistency, number one, and number two, just build your network with people, and just work hard.
Also, that was just so funny.
Yeah.
It's very true. You can be one of the greatest actors in the world. You can be the greatest singer in the world. It doesn't even matter, but everyone has, some stage fright, or they have just something that gives them anxiety before they perform. It could just be anything. And then all of a sudden, it's like as soon as they step out on stage, it just goes away because
Oh
they're
yeah.
just so
Once
now
you're
bought
locked
into
in
music.
and yeah, once you're locked in and you're in that zone, it's like it's almost like they're like outside. You know what I mean? Like they're there in front of you, but it feels like you're just because the adrenaline, once you've already done that one live song, it's just like
Yeah.
boom, you're locked in, you know what I mean? And just like there obviously can be times where you slip up here or there, you get pasties or something, you know what I mean? But like, whatever, it is what it is, right?
You need like
You just keep
the
rocking it no
a
matter what.
stage hand to bring you some water and
Yeah, you just got to be prepared, right? You got to know, like, obviously, it's going to be hard for the first couple of times for somebody that's just like beginning. Like for
Mhm.
me, like the biggest mistake for my first live performance ever was just misplacing the verses in the song. I rapped the first verse second and the second verse first of the song that I rapped because I only did like two songs my very first time ever
Yeah.
performing. So, and the other song I did fine. It was just the one song I like misplaced the verses in the song, and that was it. And I just nobody would have known because like the song wasn't even known, right? You know what
Okay.
I mean? So I just
It's like
I
this
just
is the
kept fucking
remix.
yeah. I just kept rocking it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People if you don't make it noticeable, they don't notice it. You know what I
They
mean?
don't, right? It's
Yeah.
only until you're like, "Oh shit," or you're
You're
like,
like, ah, fuck, I
"We gotta
fucked up.
start, we gotta cut,
Yeah. Yeah,
start
you're like,
over."
ah, fuck, I
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
But you just freestyle it. You don't say nothing. You just freestyle. And then just keep it going. You know what I mean? Bring back the lyrics. You'll remember if you just keep going.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh," you're going, "Oh shit," in your head, and then you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
A lot
Right.
of the times nowadays, I feel like because I'm so like dialed in and I'm like, to me, I'm a vet in the scene around here. I'm a vet because I've been doing it for 15 strong. So like,
Yeah.
I feel like I don't need to impress people. A lot of the time, like whether people and hip hop heads hate on me or not, I leave a lot of my lyrics in now. I don't even care. I just
Yeah.
rap over top of the song because like it's just a headache having to have all these different files and then putting
Mm.
them on flash drives and then you know what I mean. It's just a headache. I just rap over top of the
Censor
song.
the uncensored files and
Yeah, it's like hate on me all you want, dog. I still make it sound good. I know how to control my
yeah,
voice to
yeah,
how it sounds good over top of a song while I'm
right.
performing and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and I think now in the music industry and kids growing up, I think censorship is like, I mean, everyone kind of knows now, like you're going to get language in music. And if you're a parent and you're like, okay, we're all going to go see Prada West, they're going to know that you
yeah,
swear on stage and it's part of
yeah,
your music.
of course.
So it's like, okay, well, if you're teaching your kids that, there's this separation of the music language and then just using language in general, right? So if it's with the lyrics and it's in a song, it's completely different than just walking around telling people to
Yeah, it's different than just cussing all day. Yeah, of course. It's just what's the word? Um, it's emphasis. You know what I
yes,
mean? Like
yes,
it's like passion almost. You know, it's like
yeah.
especially being a hot-headed Italian with coming from a family that like I grew up listening to swear words. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's like second nature. It's like I try not to like cuss around my kid, but obviously like it comes out from time to time. You know what I mean? But like
It's a passion in your
and
culture.
even in the music like I don't cuss all that much. I only use it like certain times when I feel like it deserves it
Yeah.
and and like yeah, exactly, like when it's a specific thing I'm talking about, if I'm angry or something, like and it needs that extra emphasis, then sure, I don't just go cussing because it makes you sound stupid, you know what I mean, if you're
Yeah.
swearing all the time, it just sounds dumb.
Yeah. You know what else
Yeah.
is cool? This show actually streams over to the NCG television network in Italy too. So
Oh, crazy sick.
crazy. We actually had a Italian film producer on just a couple of weeks ago. Actually, not even. It was like a month ago, and then I played his film like a couple of weeks ago. So it was, yeah, it's pretty
Cool.
cool.
That's
So
dope.
yeah, so it's kind of neat how with the cultures too, like you said, there is that passion in there. So if you're Italian and you're watching that show, you know that passion, and you know it's
Oh
going to
yeah.
hit your music, and it hits the spaghetti, so it's there. know,
Yeah.
right? So they're like, yeah, they're cheering you on because that's just part of the whole culture. I want to
Yeah.
rewind back a little bit to what you're saying about the hurdle. in your music career, not just performing, but let's talk about the hurdles right from the beginning. What are like the biggest obstacles or the biggest hardships that you kind of faced in the first little while? We kind of dabbled a little bit on the language, or people don't like you, but what else was kind of like something that was restricting, or was like, I just gotta get over this hurdle?
Just kind of not having like I feel like having like the following or the platform to perform in front of, because it is hard being a new artist on the scene to get shows and get sets to be able to perform and gain new fans. You know what I mean? I feel like for me, the internet wasn't like it was just like it. Obviously, it was prominent and it was starting to like really start to take off. But in like 2007 and 2008, it wasn't like as prominent. You know what I mean? So like, I kind of had to rock live shows to build like a fan base, and like traveling and putting in that time and investing your own money that's the toughest part, is because being able to do all of this, you have to spend your own money out of pocket to be able to do a lot of this shit. Like, especially nowadays, these promoters aren't going to put new artists on shows and on bills if you can't bring a few people and sell some tickets. They don't, what's the point? They don't want to put you on a show. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
totally agree. Yeah, I've seen so many artists that are like, "Oh yeah, my show's coming and I want you guys to buy tickets." And if you're not in the music industry, you just actually have no clue like that aspect of it. You just think, "Oh, okay, they're just pushing their shows for promo," but it's actually like they're trying to sell their
yeah,
ticket, like
yeah,
trying. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, continue, please.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard. Like, and a lot of promoters get flack for that too, because they make a lot of artists pay to play, right? So,
Hmm.
but the thing is, they can benefit from it too, because if you're selling tickets, a lot of promoters give you a few dollars off of each ticket sale. So if you can bring people, you're gonna make a few bucks as well. So I feel bad for, because like one of my friends and like old like business associates in the scene is a promoter and has dealt with a lot of backlash from that specific situation, right? And it's like that
Hmm.
comes with that is like part of the scene, and a lot of these rappers just don't want to grasp the fact that they don't have a following and they're not going to sell tickets, and they think that they deserve a spot to
Yeah.
perform on these big name shows. And it's like, you got to understand, dog, like you got to put in work and you got to earn your stripes as an artist. There's like hundreds and thousands of different rappers who want to be on these shows, and that can bring people and that will sell tickets and have no problem with doing this shit for the promoters. And they would rather have those kind of people, you know what I mean, that want to earn their stripes. So if you think you're above that, you're not going to get anywhere. You got to put in work. Everybody puts in work to begin with. So don't think you're above shit, and don't have an ego. Don't be
Mhm.
humble. Be humble and earn your stripes. You know what I mean?
Yes, you hit it right on the nose there with the humble,
Yeah.
because it's so true there. And it's like any industry nowadays, so it is eat or be eaten, basically. That's why when you had said consistency is totally key.
Yeah.
If you're following, your favorite artist, and all of a sudden they drop off the planet for even 6 months, it's like you kind of lose track and you're like, well, are they even here? Are they, what's going on with them? And
Yeah.
then you may
Yeah.
or may not even listen to them anymore because you're like, well, I want new music from them, but I haven't heard from them forever. But that doesn't mean you're not making music behind the scenes or whatever. So it's good even as an artist. Like I was, kind of looking through your page a little bit, and then I was like, okay, so it's not just the music, but you're also putting up like little slogans, or, fight, grind, do this, whatever, just like little motivational things to say, like, I'm here as not just an artist, but I'm here as a person as
Yeah.
well, to show, like, okay, I'm here, I'm still grinding, I'm right behind you. And as you guys are supporting me as fans, I'm supporting you as an artist, because it's a two-way street. It's not just like, you can't just go, oh yeah, my fans. They're
I
gonna
I
do it all for
essentially
me.
I
No.
essentially a lot of them look at as somebody that like once you have like a cult following, essentially kind of like I do, people look at you
Yeah.
as like a mentor, you know what I mean? And they look
Yeah.
at you for inspiration, right?
Right.
You like
Yeah.
I know a lot of the people that follow me, I keep a lot of people's days going, you know what I mean? They like when I go on the live stream and I'm doing my shit and I'm conversing back and forth with people, like I'm a pretty humble dude. I'll shout people out and just say, yo, like hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in, you know, like appreciate you always showing love and being here and shit, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
that just that kind of shit, they love coming in there and just being there because a lot of I don't promote negativity, right? I promote, you're not allowed to be in on my chats or my lives if you're gonna spout negative garbage, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. No.
you'll get X'd out right quick, right? Just because there's
Hmm.
already enough negative garbage in this world that like, and I already have enough negative thoughts in my head that like I don't
Yeah.
need other people's, you know what I mean? So I kind of just I like just block that ish out, you know what I mean? So
Oh, totally. I
yeah,
totally agree. I loved that, which drew me in to ask you to be on the show, was that I didn't even know you had a, like a fan page or like group or whatever. And it was cool because I know I've been following your page for I don't even know how long, but it's been there. And then sometimes maybe I'll like something here and there, but I don't know what it was. Just something I was like, okay, cool. I like this picture. It just spoke to me a little bit. And then I got invited over to like the fan page sort of or group, whatever it is. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I was like, oh, there's so many people in here.
yeah.
And then it's like, it just becomes like a big family. It's a family, you know?
The squad, yeah, the
Maybe
Prada
it's an
squad.
Italian thing, huh?
Yeah. It's the squad, yeah. The
The
Prada
squad.
squad. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We have to
Yeah,
change
they're
it to
good.
the family.
I got a lot of good people who support me and they like enjoy
Yeah.
my music and just all the content that I put out. Like that's the thing that I love about reactions
Yeah.
is that it brings me to a lot of new artists and new music, you know what I mean? And I get to dabble in all different kinds of genres that like because I just love music in a whole, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like being an artist, like if something sounds good to me, it doesn't matter what genre it is. It's good. You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
care. If it's good, it's good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So that's the bonus about doing these reactions, as well as it draws a whole wide variety of people to my music. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's beneficial in both senses, you know? That's why I
Oh,
love the reactions.
right.
Yeah.
They're so fun. I'm kind of glad now more and more people are doing reactions. I know it's been a thing for like about a year and a half or so, but it's just interesting to see more artists doing it that,
Yeah.
because you're used to like, I don't know, TikToks or, your reels on Instagram, and it's just sort of anyone doing reactions to them. So it's kind of nice to have an actual artist go, okay, they're going to look at another artist's song and take it in and go, "Oh, okay, this is interesting." So we were actually just talking about this during sound check, and I watched a reaction on YouTube, and it's just an amazing song. And again, I actually like a lot of different genres as well. And when a song is so deep and it just speaks to me, I'm like, oh, that is just amazing. And then it sees like a whole different side of that artist, and you're like, wow, like it's
Yeah.
deep, right?
I love
Yeah,
it. I love it.
right.
Yeah, like I said, it just brings me to like a whole different wide variety of sounds and genres and styles and like
Hmm.
all the oldies because I grew up like I'm 40 years old, right? So I grew up like around the old rock and shit like that a lot when I was younger and stuff too. So like getting to find all these rock art these like soft rock and rock artists that like are from back when I was like a teenager and stuff that were like
Yeah,
more relevant back then is like it's phenomenal to me because a lot of the sounds I remember like when I do these reactions I'll be like whoa I did hear this song before, you know, like,
yeah.
and it brings you back to a certain time. It's so nostalgic that you're like wow I really did hear this is oh my god I can't believe I forgot about this, you know what I mean? Like
I feel like I
it's
was rocking out in
crazy.
the car, and that's back in like the 90s.
Yeah, you're like at a friend's house and their parents are jamming this song and it's just like, oh, that's yeah, you just like brings you right back to that spot when you were
Yeah,
a kid and you're like, holy shit, man. You're like, it's crazy. That's
right.
the other beautiful thing about music too, is that it can bring you back to any specific time in your life and you're like mind blown, you know what I mean?
Isn't that so insane how music
Yeah.
does that?
I love it. I love it.
It's like it could be like I don't know. I think music is like the number one thing to do that. They say smell. smell can be another thing that takes you
Yeah,
back
smell
to
for
something,
sure.
but
Absolutely, yeah.
music
When
is
you have
so
specific smells
insane.
as a kid,
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah. Let's go into collabs.
Okay.
Okay. What are some favorite collaborations you've ever done? And so two-part. And if you could have anybody in the entire world to do a collaboration with, who would it be?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite collabs that I've done thus far would be that's a good question.
It's like all of them.
Yeah,
You
it would
can't say
definitely
all
be
of them.
it would definitely be like some of my like pretty like tight boys that I pretty much started with, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like like Merc for one, that's my bro from the beginning. We're still like in a group together until this day called Suitable Ties. We've never like ended the group. We just like did our own solo music as well, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Merc really took off, obviously, you know what I mean? And obviously my bro Confidential, and like we still all make music till this day. Like we have new music coming out together, all three of us and stuff. So um definitely those two are like my definitely some of my tops. They're like, and they're some of my best bros as well.
Mhm.
And then uh I don't really have like a whole lot of like a artists that I've done collaborations with that like aren't like people that I'm friends with. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I've kind of just stayed in the bubble of. I
A
mean,
bubble
like
of friendship.
yeah, in the bubble of the friendship and like
Yeah.
within like the like local kind of scene. You know what I mean? Like I do have a collab with an artist that I do really like actually from he's from New York. He goes by Nems. Have you ever heard of
Mhm.
Nems?
Don't know. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, he's that guy that
He's that
he's
guy.
got that slew. Yeah, he's pretty good. He does that
Okay.
he does those reactions on Instagram. It's not a reaction. He does those something. Don't ever disrespect me. Have you ever seen that guy? The don't ever disrespect me guy.
I'm sure I have. I'm like probably.
Yeah, he does the Instagram reels called "Don't Ever Disrespect Me," and he just like makes fun of people. He makes fun of people as they're walking by, like in a jokingly manner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's not trying to instigate anything with people. He's just
Right.
joking, talking shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
But he's also an artist from New York, and he's super underground. I have a feature from him. I did way back in 2010, and it's on a beat that I actually produced too, and it's pretty dope. I like it. It's a song called "They Say I Sound Crude."
Is it on your YouTube?
Actually, you can't get it anywhere anymore. It's it's only on hard copy, and I only have I only have a few hard copies left. I'll send you a hard copy for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
That would
yeah,
be
yeah, for
awesome.
sure.
I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
absolutely.
maybe expecting a SoundCloud link or something.
Yeah, no, it's not online. You can't get it online. I'm not trying to put it on. It's on an album that like I'm not super fond of. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I don't
that's
really want the
okay.
album to be out
You're
there
like,
anymore. I took it down. Like I don't mind people having it. I don't
yeah,
care because it's part of who I am. But I just
yeah.
don't want it like out online anymore. You know what I mean? I want if people want it, they got to dig for it. You know what I mean? Right?
Hmm.
Yeah. But I'll send you a hard copy. I have them here, so I'll send
Oh,
you a
that would
hard
be
copy.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that would be. I won't stick it out there. I promise.
No,
But
no, I'm not. Like I said, I'm
you
not
know,
worried about people hearing it. I'm not worried about. I don't care. Like I said, it's everybody
it's
starts somewhere. You know what I mean?
right.
But it's just like I don't want it to be out there for people to access too easily. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Making
Yeah.
little remixes too.
Or just like I said, it's not my most fond work of mine. You know, like
Maybe
I
I'll
have.
do a reaction video to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You go ahead.
It's
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
It's out there. Like anybody could right now. It is out there. There's people
Yeah.
who have the music. You know what I mean?
Okay, if anybody finds it by the end of the show, let us know.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
called
how do we spell
Lost.
it?
It's called Lost in Thought. The album's called Lost in Thought.
Lost in Thought.
Yeah.
THOUGHT, kids.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Oh,
it.
is it all like
Yeah.
one or is it separate words?
It's separate words. Lost
Okay.
in Thought. Yeah.
Okay. So all my detectives out there,
There you
get
go.
to it.
Get on it.
Let us know what you find. Google it up and post it below.
Right. There you go.
You never know what they're gonna find. Okay, let's go into music. Actually, no. I want to go into your music. Obviously, that's part of why you're here as well, because purple. Um, but I want to go kind of dabble into like the touring stuff. Um, I was like mentioning to you, maybe like your fave tours and your little less fave tours, or maybe a couple of your wonderful top stories of
There's two that
touring.
stand out to me the most. Two
Okay.
tours that stand out to me the most. My very first Canada-wide tour, 2012. It
Yeah.
was the Stomp Down tour, back with all of us way back when, and that was my very first time actually like performing out of BC. I've performed in BC in different cities in BC, but I'd
Yeah.
never gone. Actually, no, sorry, I'd performed in Alberta before that,
Oh,
but I'd
great.
never
Shout out
gone
to
anywhere.
Alberta.
I'd never gone anywhere past Alberta before that. So in 2012, it was me, Mercules, Snack the Ripper, Caspian, and Evil Ebenezer were the rappers that were on the tour.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of the graffiti writers like Nax, Craver, and a couple of the other guys that pulled up too. My brother Lesson, one of my best bros. He didn't come to all the shows, but he came to some of them.
Yeah.
And then it was just like a Canada-wide mashup, and it was just a goon fest, and we all fucking went crazy, and it was so good of a time. And
Yeah.
some of the shows were just wild, and there was a couple brawls too. There was a brawl in Saskatchewan, in Regina. Was it Regina or Saskatoon? It was one or the other.
Regina's in Saskatchewan.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So Saskatchewan, there's Regina and Saskatoon, and
Mhm.
it was either one of those cities. I think it was Regina, if I'm not mistaken. There was just this drunk dude who was trying to get, I guess, Snack to perform a specific song, and Snack didn't have that song on his set list, and
Yeah.
he was just like, "Buddy, I don't have that song. I can't play it." There was no connection for like pulling up YouTube at the time, and Snack was like, "No, bro," and then like. Buddy was like cool for the rest of the show, and then at the end of the show, we were all out front of the venue, and Buddy just started getting all goon. He was all drunk and getting gooned out, and then just like a big brawl broke out, and it was a mashup. But that was 2012, and then 2019. So in
Yeah.
2019, I did the biggest Canada-wide tour to ever come to Canada, in the hip hop scene, and I did 50 shows and 50 different cities back to back. Well, pretty much back to back. There was the
Yeah.
odd few dates in between the shows that I took off here and there, but I
Yeah.
did 50 shows, and it was the first tour to ever be that big throughout Canada. So I was the
Yeah.
first one to ever do it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
in
so cool. And I
2019.
actually remember that.
Yeah,
I
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, first of all, shout out to Jesse who owns Jess TV, because he actually had Prada West perform at his club. So there's that.
Okay. Yeah. What
Which
was
is
the club?
cool.
What's the venue
Um,
name again?
what is the Jesse? What's the name of your venue? I think it's Lights, and he'll get back to me. I'll let
What
him message
city
me.
is it? Which city?
Lethbridge.
Lethbridge. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes he posts the shows up in that group, so he'll, as soon as he takes wind that I
If I
message
saw
him.
the flyer, if you
Yeah.
happen to have a flyer still, I would definitely remember it.
Oh, here we go.
Obviously.
He's messaging me back. Hold on
Okay.
a second. But I
Either way,
remember seeing it go around Inferno.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Inferno.
I remember Inferno. Yeah, I do remember Inferno. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yep. I think I had actually a young fan come, because it's a bar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came. I think she came there and with her mom, and then I met them outside, and I signed the little girl's picture
T-shirt.
and stuff, and yeah, and or whatever it was, and then I took a picture with her and stuff.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's
I think
sweet.
I remember that show.
Because yeah, she wouldn't be able to go into the club if she was under.
Yeah,
18,
no.
right? So.
Yeah, she was only like 9 or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the youngest fan that you know of?
We've had some pretty young fans, because like the parents were fans of us, and then they had some like pretty young kids that just became like diehards. So like 5, 6 year old, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. It's
Yeah.
like, here, sign my kid. And they hold the kid up.
Yeah. Some of the kids at the all age shows, like way back in the day when me and
Yeah.
Merck would always rock at this venue called Olympia Pizza. It was like
Oh,
a little restaurant that had like a stage, and like he always hired us to come perform, and we'd like pack the place, and it would just be a shit show, and we it would just be so lit.
yeah.
And there would sometimes there'd be like little children in there like
Aw,
wiling out like on stage with us.
jumping
It was the
around.
best. Yeah, it was the best. It was the best.
That is so cute. Okay, what do you prefer? Do you prefer little intimate venues, or do you like the biggest place ever? What's your favorite?
Well, obviously, I would like to rock a big show with like thousands of people because then I can like really give them my fucking energy. And because
Like
like,
Rogers Place?
yeah, if they were into, if that many people were into it and like they knew my music, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and they were like singing back to me while I was rocking, like, whoo, like I would be literally like I'd probably be floating in the arena. You know what I mean?
You
Like
should
that.
do it.
There's no kind of feeling like that. But like I'm gonna, no matter what size the venue and no matter what size the crowd, I'm gonna give them my all. And it's
Yeah.
just I can't half-ass perform. I don't have it in me. Like I don't know. It just feels weird to me if I'm
Yeah.
not like fucking rapping. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it just feels weird.
It's like this meme that goes around like Christmas time. It's like, I don't half-ass jingle, I jingle all the way.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
same thing.
You got to do it. If you're gonna do it, just fucking do it.
Right.
Just
Gotta
do
get
it.
in there and show it. I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, it's
Because no
just
matter
who
what,
you
whether
are.
it be like 1,000 or 10 people, those people are gonna remember your performance if you give
Yeah.
them your performance. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Have you
they're
ever
gonna
like,
talk about it.
right? Have you ever been like in the car and then singing along to like your own songs and then people look over and they're like,
Yeah, it's happened a few times. Yeah,
yeah.
I remember one time specifically, this guy was like pulled up beside me and he was like, "Yo, Prada." And I was in my car and I was like, "Yo," and he's like stuck his arm. He's like, "Can I take a picture?" And I was just like, "Yeah," and he just like took a picture of me.
Aw,
Yeah, it
that's
was
good.
funny.
I love artists that are just involved with their fans. You know,
I
that's
think it's
that's the
dope. I
best
think
thing.
it's dope that people like my music. I think that's dope. Like
Yeah.
to like something that I create and like to have people like fucking like jam that shit, you know what I mean? Like bump
Yeah.
it, like and like really enjoy it. To me, that's like crazy. How can you not appreciate that? I don't know. I don't know.
Right?
No matter how many people like enjoy it, I get it. Like there's people that are bombarded by fans. Like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Being that crazy famous can be overbearing sometimes. I get it.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
if you're being hassled, I get it. Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like Eminem or Drake or somebody. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
understand,
Oh
but like
yeah.
it's still though. Even those guys, I know they still appreciate the people who are out there bumping
They
their
do.
music. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
to me, like, and if I have the time to like just say what up to you, and like you're not like frightened by my presence, then and made it awkward, you know, or making it awkward for me, then I'll gladly
Frightened by
say
your
hi to
presence.
you.
You
You know
know,
what I mean?
it's true because oftentimes there's a difference of seeing like your favorite performer just
And it's
on
not,
stage
yeah,
to
I don't
in like
necessarily mean people are like scared, frightened.
yeah,
I mean like more just like
beside
kind of
themselves.
like if it's somebody you like and you've listened to for so long and you've
Yeah.
never met them and you see them, you're like, what? That's
Yeah.
that person.
They're
It's just
starstruck.
rattling. It's rattling a little bit to people, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're just kind of like, and I don't want to say starstruck because that sounds corny, right? People don't want to hear that shit.
Well, I
You know
know,
what I
but
mean?
it's
So
like it's just a
it's just like
technical
rattling to
saying
see
that
somebody
like
that you look up to, you know what I mean? And you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? So like I
yeah.
get it. Like and people can be like awkward, right? So I just like it
Mhm.
makes me feel awkward. So I'm like, yo, you know, like
You're like, "Hey."
I'm like, hey, I'm pretty good at keeping it cool, don't get me wrong, but I just mean like if they're super awkward, I'm just like, yo, it's all good, relax, man. Like
Yeah.
take a picture, we're good. Keep it
Yeah,
moving.
and I think that's kind of the responsibility that you hold, and the power
Yeah.
that you hold on your side is to go, okay, I'm just like anyone else, and I'm appreciative of just you listening to my music and that you're a fan, and hey, let's totally rock a picture, like let's
Yeah,
just do
fuck
it.
yeah. I
You
love it.
know?
I love it.
Doesn't that's
It's a
just
natural high. To me, it's a natural high. And like
yeah,
when yeah, it's just it's a vibration that's like hard to come by. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So if you can get those kind of vibrations, it's hard to hold on to. You got to hold on to that shit. So when
Yeah.
people are uplifting you like that, it's a whole different, it's a whole different vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's just, like I said, it's a natural high. So I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. It is. And it's just, the world needs more of that for
Yeah.
sure. Absolutely. Okay. We're going to go into playing your purple.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We're going to do it up. And
Sounds
then
good.
if there's any other new releases or anything you want me to bring up and you want to share with the crowd, we can do that too.
Yeah, sounds good.
So
I got lots of new music coming out. I don't have anything like set in stone for releases at this moment because I'm just kind of just dropping singles when I feel like it. But yeah,
like so no albums. When was the last album you released?
2019.
Oh, it's been a
Yeah,
while.
I've released like EPs since then, but not a
Yeah.
full length solo album.
Is that what you prefer? Just more singles than doing albums?
I just feel like because I don't have like a huge listening following online,
Yeah.
like I feel like people just like more listen to me when I'm like online doing my lives. People are more dialed in with me as if I just drop a song. It takes like a week to generate a good amount of numbers for sometimes.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm dropping too much content and I'm oversaturating, people overlook songs that I feel like deserve more notoriety. You know what I mean?
On that note, what if? Hear me out. Because since I've more or less been in part of your little group there, the fam, get familiar. What if you did your own little performance, maybe once a week or a couple times a month or something, and do, just a Prada fan based little concert
Yeah,
or
100%.
something?
I need to do it on the lives.
Yeah,
I've
during the
been thinking
live.
about it a lot because I've actually been conversing with it on the live streams like a lot, just
And you
talking
could
about.
just, dabble into like the newer stuff that you want to release, do some old stuff,
And
be
like,
like,
see,
okay,
I
today's
could
the
get like, I could
oldies.
like start polls and like perform some new songs and like be like,
Yeah,
which ones of these songs do you guys like
yeah.
better? Like, vote
Post
which
up
ones
like
you want
like
more.
4 of them and go do like A, B, C, or D. And if
Yeah,
this week, oh, you could do it weekly and be like, okay, this is like the weekly poll.
yeah.
Okay, and like 2 of like your new ones and 2 old ones or something like that. And
Which
just
one do you like more? Which one do you want me to drop more? You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, and then have everyone like kind of react to it, be like, oh, I want this one or that, whatever, and they can fight in the comment section.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
yes.
and that's
And
good
then
too
it's
because the more they're talking, the more it puts it into a higher algorithm, right? So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So I would totally do that. I mean, maybe not once a week or whenever you can,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're busy
At
too.
least bi-weekly is good because then it gives it a little bit more time to like spread
Hmm.
out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But you can always just start off with a poll and
yeah,
be like, hey, who would like weekly or bi-weekly little, if I play a little song here and a little there, and then it doesn't matter like how many people show up. It could only be like 5 people at first, and then all of a sudden you're reaching like 1,000
yep,
in like a
yep.
couple months, right? Because they're like, oh yeah, Prada's gonna just have some fun, like, I don't know, Friday night he's gonna do this, and then it becomes like a scheduled thing where people
Yeah,
know when
yeah.
to show up, and they go, oh, okay, cool, he's gonna be doing this and that, when you can, right?
I
Sometimes you
already have
can't.
that. I already
Yeah,
have that in a sense with my like my YouTube. More
yeah,
dialed in with my YouTube than my Facebook. It used to be my Facebook, but more so my YouTube now because I'm really just trying to grow the YouTube following.
yeah.
Um, and I usually
Or
I
you can
have
flip
like
flop
yeah, I
Facebook.
do. I'm usually live at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time on my YouTube, and
Yeah,
I do like live workouts because I'm trying to inspire people in that sense as well. Because like I'm getting older, I'm like in my 40s now and shit. So I'm trying
yeah.
to like make sure I stay fit. You know what I mean? Because I don't want
Oh,
to just like
it's so
let myself
important.
go. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Well, I
I
mean,
like
not just
looking good and shit like
physically,
that.
but
And so
mentally. Yeah, mentally, it's really good for you as well.
exactly. So I have like the 9:30. I usually in between 9:30 to 10 a.m. I'll start the live stream and then I'll do the workout and I'll play some new music at the same time and stuff I'm working on presently and stuff like that. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So chew on that little idea. Okay, now we're gonna go into your new release.
sounds
Okay,
good.
I used it for promo because it was really fun, and I was like, okay, cool, purple. and I really like just a lot of fun with it. So it's not a very long song, you guys. It's just pretty short. That's why I was saying, if there's another one you want to play that could be your favorite.
Yeah, no, it's all good. No, it's perfect. It's
We
perfect.
could do a couple, whatever, and then we'll wrap up after that. So
sounds good. Sounds
all
good.
right, let me get this sharing here again.
I'm just gonna grab my water.
Oh, please do. Water's important too. Keep yourselves hydrated. Meanwhile, while he's gone to grab water, we're gonna play this for you guys. It's really short, but enjoy.
Purple drink, I still sip. Purple weed, blunt still lit. Purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip. That purple drink, I still sip. Purple weed, blunt still lit. Purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip. That pink drip, I still tip. Purple smoke, got blaze zips, no pay slips, I chase grip, no 9 to 5, but I'm paid thick. I be making new revenue every day, collecting my treasure through steps of the way. No question I made it, I'm setting the pace, and there's ups and there's downs, but I'm still blessed today. My homies be sipping that purple, I only need purple to smoke. Small blunts that I took, full of skunk that I roll. And the shit be so loud like it's thunder I smoke. And I'm making it double my loot when I rake in the funds. I hustle the win when I'm out on the ground, so I'm flipping the birds like I'm raising some doves. Purple drink, I still sip. Purple weed, blunt still lit. Purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip. That purple drink, I still sip. Purple weed, blunt still lit. Purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip. That purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip. That purple weed, blunt still lit. Purple weed, blunt still lit. That pink drip, I still tip.
Yes, sir.
Be better if they didn't have the other little windows pop up on that.
Yeah, it's just like it's the promo like kind of thing, so it just like entices people to watch more videos, because if you click on that, it takes you to more content.
Yeah. Well, I think this will be appropriate too. Let's give a thank you to everyone. How about that? I actually like this song.
Yeah, this is a good song.
Yeah.
All these beats are self-produced too.
My life to be better than yesterday. I hustle and meditate, dedicated, it shows on my resume. I've been working to set it straight. Up in the struggle, but rising above. I hope they relate every line that I run. We're never alone through the struggles we face. You need of a friend, don't be shy to reach up. Some days I don't hold no hope. In love with the dough, so I gotta let go to grow. Don't want any pain no more. Without the lows, they don't appreciate highs. So just try to find a balance every day you're alive. The struggle, stuck in some trouble, but never gave up. I live in the hustle, this money I double. They said it's made up, but I just be proving it wrong while I shine. Keep to myself, put it all on the line. Cause there ain't no plan B, this is all that I got. Sometimes it be best just to swallow your pride, and keep it moving along. My demons seem to think to win, but I keep proving them wrong. But the pain that I hold is the truth. No shame, I be rolling a few. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I keep popping like oh and a few.
That's such
That's
a
a good
good
one.
song.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good song.
it is good. Makes you go, yeah, I've been through that, all that
Yeah,
shit, all that pain and
right.
everything, and gotta go
People
through
every
it to go through it.
we all go through it daily, daily,
Yeah,
daily. You know what I mean? Some days are obviously better than others, but we all go through those mental struggles. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your service. In a way,
No problem.
just your fans, right? Your fans are there and they look up to you. And I mean, that's a huge responsibility as an artist.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, never mind being a parent and having just your child look up to you, but when there's thousands of people every day that, just want to listen to your music or just want to, like you said, they may just come to live and show up and be like, hey, I just need a smile today or this or that, right? And
Yeah,
it's really good that you've been able to do that and keep up with your fans and just be there. So I will say thank you for that because, I'm a little fan too. So there's
hey, I appreciate you.
that. I'm not
Much love to
like a
you.
big, huge, massive fan, but
Yeah,
there's,
yeah, it's all good. No, I
the few
appreciate you
songs
either
here
way.
and there, and I do keep tabs on. I've had a lot of artists on my show, and they post up their songs and this and that, whatever, and I think the biggest and the best thing that I love to see is that they're just grinding every single day and they just don't give up. And then
Yeah,
that to me is like, that motivates everyone, right? And I just love that. So
yeah,
that's what makes me a fan too, is just seeing that there's a consistency and there's just like no one's giving up and they're there. And even though, you've been through shit, things happen, but you're still there, and that says a lot. So,
yeah,
behalf of all your fans, thank you
yeah.
for
Much
doing that.
love.
So,
I
yeah,
appreciate that. I appreciate
you're very
that.
welcome. Thank you
Yeah,
for coming on. And if you ever want to come back, shout at me, holla.
absolutely. Yeah, anytime,
You
anytime.
know,
If you have any specifics that you like in future reference, just let me know. Yeah, for sure.
yeah. And if you want to do an album listening party, or if you want to, drop a couple tunes on, let me know too. So,
Absolutely.
um,
Like I said, I always got new stuff coming out. So if
yeah,
anybody on here is new to me, just make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube. It's at Prada West music, or no, sorry. YouTube is just youtube.com/Prada West.
yeah.
And Facebook, it's at Prada West Music. That's what it was. Yeah. At Prada
Okay.
West Music on Facebook. And yeah, so, and those are my two like major platforms that I use. I'm also on Instagram, which is at Prada West. I'm just not as consistent on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah. No, I mean, you got to be where you can, right?
Yeah,
So, I
yeah,
mean, and that's exactly it. Wherever your fans can find you and they're comfortable with, and it's their platform that they go to, all the power to them. Like for me, being in radio, doing what I do, I have to kind of go everywhere. So I just happen to be everywhere.
yeah.
That's
Of course,
how it goes.
like
But
you got to be. You got. There's so many different platforms. If you want to
yeah,
be able to succeed and reach everybody, you got to be on everything kind of nowadays. You know.
yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, for you, you've had your following for quite a while, so people are gonna whether they're newer, younger generation, they like more Instagram than they do Facebook. They
Yeah.
may get just kind of
Yeah.
depends. Whatever. YouTube is kind of like a hit and miss. I find with things, so it's like okay,
There's a lot of hate on YouTube. A lot of hate.
maybe I won't go
It's
there.
different than like Facebook. There's a lot of hate too, but YouTube, like
Yeah,
when I do the live streams,
you're like get
th-
off.
it puts like there's two different ways that you can do live streams on YouTube. So
Yeah,
you can do it like on your phone, you can do it vertically like I am right now,
yeah.
or you can do it horizontally sideways, right?
Okay.
And so when you do it vertically, they put it in the short feeds, which
Oh, okay.
essentially it brings a lot more random people to your YouTube channel on your live stream.
Right.
So there's a lot of haters, people who
Oh,
are like
interesting.
you're like POS and like you're just like throwing. I just don't even pay attention. I'm like, keep talking. You're attracting more people to my live, and
You're like, thank
there's
you.
gonna be a chunk of other people that do like me. You know what I mean? So like, go ahead. I don't care.
Right.
I welcome it. You know what I
Because
mean?
the person that doesn't like the person that doesn't like you,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, oh, I like him because you don't like him.
Yeah,
And
and
you're
he's
like,
dope. Like he's dope. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so yeah, exactly, right.
right.
So,
So, yeah.
and then when you do it the horizontally, it's
Yeah.
more like put out to like the people who are already subscribed to you.
Yeah.
So it's
This
like
is
a
one of
little
my
different.
friends. She's like, hate shows jealousy, and that's the highest form of flattery, which is totally true.
Yeah, it is for real. I mean, like, people are taking time out of their own day to engage, whether it be hate or not. They're still taking time out of their
Like,
own
how do
day.
you have time to hate?
I know.
It's so busy.
A lot of people are useless though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. Well,
Unfortunately.
hopefully, just all the, empower them to turn that into
Exactly.
positive
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
right? That's
Yeah.
all we can
Facts.
do. So all you
I
haters out there, we love you.
Yeah. I love my haters.
Right.
Bring all that. Bring it on. I don't
I
even
like to
care.
give them, I can do like a little heart.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
There you go. See?
There you go. Oh snap. Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I
Oh, it
use
does that. It has that feature on here, huh?
yeah, I use a Mac Air. So if
Mm.
you have an iPhone, it's the iOS software.
Okay, let's see if
And
mine's doing it right now. Yeah, it should
I don't
then.
know if yours.
Yeah, yeah, it
Oh,
will.
hey.
Yeah, let's see. Do you have this one too?
Oh, yeah. And that's
Hold on.
balloons. There's balloons.
Yeah, yeah. That's the single one, like this.
Oh, is it just one?
Yeah.
It's balloons. And then you can do